If you have one soda, that's 150 calories, right? 150 calories. If you have one soda a day, over a year, you're going to gain 15 pounds. Over 10 years, you're going to gain 150 pounds.
Whoa. Right? Oh my gosh. Do we have the smartest, sorry, my microphone got away from me for a second. The smartest marketer in the world, in my opinion, Andy Stickel, is going to be blowing your mind to start for the first half of today's session, going into how do you launch your law firm's marketing plan like a bat out of beep. Still don't curse too frequently on the Laws Business Mastermind show. Okay, we're getting there. When we get to that level of confidence, you'll know. And then we'll be cursing like a sailor. So Andy, take it away. This is the 2022 Law Firm Launch Code.
All right. Thank you, Bill. Thank you, Bill. All right. Hey, everybody. Today, we are talking about kind of how to launch 2022 the right way. I used to do New Year's resolutions all the time. And actually what I'm going to teach you kind of how I handle my New Year's resolutions and everything. And basically what I want to do in this is I kind of want to take a little bit of time and talk to you about maybe how you can actually set yourself up to actually have, to actually be, more likely to actually hit your New Year's resolution and actually achieve it, right? Because does anyone know what January 17th of 2022 is this year? Does anyone know what January 17th, 2022 is? It's the official day that most people will break their New Year's resolutions, right? Who here, give me a me in the chat, and I'm going to say me as well. Who here has made a New Year's resolution in the past and broken it? Anybody say me if you've ever done that? I don't know that I've ever actually had a New Year's resolution stick, to be totally honest with you, right? And the reason why is because a lot of times we make these grand gestures. I'm going to lose 100 pounds. I'm going to quit smoking. I'm going to get more clients for my law firm. I'm going to stop doing things that I shouldn't be doing, right? And what we do is we overestimate the power of single actions, right? And at the same time, we're underestimating the power of repetitive movements over a long period of time. That's why New Year's resolutions typically don't work very well. That's why I have never been able to stick with a New Year's resolution, is because I try to make this grand gesture and I say, I'm going to do this big thing. I'm going to stop eating carbs for the next 6 months. And by 5 o'clock the next day, I'm at Five Guys eating a quarter pound, a double cheeseburger with bacon and a 5-pound thing of French fries, right? So how do we actually make resolutions that stick, right? A lot of times we set on goals, which we set goals, right? But what we need to do is we need to focus on systems instead, right? So systems are a really great way that you can make sure that you're actually sticking with your goals, because that you're actually more likely to achieve your goals if you're setting goals or your resolutions, right? So one of my favorite systems that I have heard really ever is from a guy named John Fisher. Does anybody know who John Fisher is? John Fisher, I love John Fisher. He's got so much great information. But I was talking to him last year, and John Fisher actually helped me with this book right here. I actually interviewed him, and I asked him questions about how to get reviews and all that type of stuff. And after that interview, that actually inspired him last year to set a New Year's resolution that not just that, hey, I'm going to get more reviews, but what he did is he started something that he calls streaking. And it's not running around the neighborhood without wearing any clothes. What streaking is making a commitment that you're going to do one small thing every single day, and you're going to see how long you can keep that streak going, right? So you hear baseball players, when they get a hit every single game for 10 games in a row, they're on a 10-game hitting streak, right? So John Fisher made it a point that he was going to start streaking every single day. And what he decided he was going to do is every day he was going to ask for one review, at least one review. Some days he did more, some days he did less, right? So he started doing that. And I actually got an update from him in December, a couple weeks ago. By doing this, he got 500 5-star Google reviews on his Google My Business profile. Think about how that would change your life, how that would change your law firm, how that would change your intake, how that would change the way that you get clients. If you had 500 Google reviews, well, he didn't do it by sending out 500 review requests in a single day. The way he did it is by streaking. He every single day made the commitment that, okay, I'm going to do just one thing, right? I'm just going to, every day, I'm going to send at least one review request. And sure, some days he sent more than one. Maybe he sent 3, 4, 5 in one day, but he always sent at least one review. And what was the result? The result was that he kept going, he kept going, he kept going, he kept going. By the end of the year, he had 500 reviews. Yeah, Ben said a review a day keeps the competitors away. I love that, right? So that's something that's important. Now, here's another interesting thing. Who here has strategic partners that make them a lot of money? And what I mean by strategic partners is referral partners. All right, a lot of people, right? John Fisher has 471 referral partners. 471 different individuals or businesses send John Fisher's law firm business. You don't start by sending out 471 emails every single day. You don't do that by picking up the phone and introducing yourself to 471 people. You do that one day at a time. And John Fisher, once again, puts the power of streaking in, right? Every day he makes a point that he's going to reach out to one referral partner or one potential person who could be a referral partner, right? Who here would just love to have like 10 referral partners? Well, let me tell you something. 10 is not even one new partner per month. 10 is one new partner every, you can take 2 months off and still get 10. So what that means is that let's assume that you tried this streaking thing and you send 30 emails every single month. One day, every day you send another email. 29 of those emails can go unanswered. 29 of them can be no's. You just need that one yes, right? So that's kind of the point of this entire thing, is that it's not about making, not about taking a single action. It's about the power of repetitive movements over a long period of time. So that's the difference. And you think about this, if you can figure out a way, and it's not really hard to do, you just do it. But basically, if you can improve 1% every single day, on January 4th, 2023, you will be 37 times better than if you didn't. Because time, what's up?
Yeah, I was just saying that's mind-blowing.
Oh, yeah. So what's interesting is that time magnifies the margin between success and failure, right? So if you think about it, if you have one soda, that's 150 calories, right? 150 calories. If you have one soda a day, over a year, you're going to gain 15 pounds. Over 10 years, you're going to gain 150 pounds.
Whoa.
Right? So it's like, it's these minor things. You have a soda today, you're not going to see it tomorrow. You have a soda every day, you're absolutely going to see you gain 150 pounds in 10 years, right? So that's the biggest thing, is that it's figuring out what are these small incremental things that you can do every single day and get into a habit of doing them so that you're actually more likely to achieve them. And when you do that, you end up taking on the identity of the type of person who does these things. Because the reality is that people that make massive change, they do so when they change their identity, not when they change their actions or their habits, right? So for example, if somebody says, I am trying to quit smoking, there's like a 99.9% chance they're going to go back to smoking, rather than someone who says, no, thanks, I'm not a smoker. It's the identity shift, right? So you've got to make that identity shift. You've got to understand that it's about the identity and it's about making these small changes. It's not just about making just this big grand gestures, because the big grand gestures don't work. I wish they did. It would be a lot easier for all of us, but they don't, right? Last year, I tried to lose weight during COVID. I've talked about this before. I've lost about, the number always changes because I keep forgetting, but I've lost something like 35 pounds, right, in the last year. And I didn't focus on making one sweeping change, because I've always done that. I've done Atkins diets. I've done keto. I've counted calories. I've done all that stuff. And what happens? I either lose weight and I gain it back, or it just doesn't work. I just don't gain weight, right? So what did I do instead? I hired a diet coach. I focused on what's the one thing I can do. I hired a diet coach, and I didn't focus on this major life shift. What I focused on is every meal trying to eat a little healthier. Every day trying to get in some movement, trying to get some exercise in. I tried, then I started planning my meals, and I started shopping, putting shopping lists together and working out. And I took it one day at a time. I didn't look at the end result and say, I want to lose 40 pounds. And just look at that. I just took it one day at a time. I focused on streaking. That's what I did. Every day I continued to eat well. I continued to exercise. I continued to make progress. And the end result is I'm down like 30 pounds or something, or maybe 40. I don't even know what it is. 30 to 40 pounds, something like that. I stopped counting, right? But that's the biggest thing. That is how you have success.